Engaged,
initiators,
proactive,
and leaders.
Enjoyable,
empathetic,
Curious, caring,
bold,
inspiring,
it's incredibly adventurous,
carefree. I believe that they're kind of a free-spirited class.
athletic,
I think in general, they tend to just kind of take on whatever comes before them.
Through the hope and power of Christ, we partner with families and the community to educate, encourage, and equip our students to transform their futures. I think it's not easy to engage students, but these 8th graders have shown tremendous engagement, whether that is in the classroom, on field trips, in athletic programs. They have just been very involved in the life of the school, and it's been really great to see. A number of them are outside right now, even though it's after school, hanging out because they love Hope and they're very engaged in the life of it and have been very invested. They seem to care deeply about one another and be genuinely excited for one another, and also generally frustrated with one another when they don't live up to their standards. So, but I think that they display a lot of empathy for one another and pursue each other in relationship in ways that are encouraging to see in 8th grade students. I got to, I challenged this 8th grade group to go rowing regularly in the fall of their 8th grade year. And that's not something that I would necessarily feel like I could do with a lot of groups of students, but I knew it was a challenge that they could rise to. And it was such fun to see them be pretty terrified of attempting to do this thing that felt impossible. But then even after just a week or two, how much they grew and how much they learned, how much they learned to see one another and listen to one another, and grew in their appreciation of one another as they spent time figuring out how to row the boat together and not flip it over.
A special memory I have is just them getting on stage with the Christmas showcase. I think as a class that was just a really awesome thing to see, because literally 3 months before they had never done theater, maybe never even heard of it, and for them to choose, in their last academic year at Hope, to really step into something new, just showed me a lot. A, just the talent that they have, but B, just who they are as students, willing and able to get up in front of hundreds of people and perform something that they had written and produced and worked hard on. Was just really, really special to see.
So I would say one of the funniest and fondest memories was the year that we had the classes split between gender. So with the 7th grade girls, who were the 8th grade girls now, when they were in 7th grade, we created a video, a COVID video, and it was really funny because they all got to act and have fun on camera, and it was just a really cool time.
I think one memory that kind of sticks with me, probably not with them, but was the day I told them I was pregnant, because I got all of them together and I was like, hey guys, I have some important news to tell you. I'm pregnant. And they were like, ah, that's funny, Coach Olympia, good joke. I was like, no, really, I'm pregnant. And they were like, no, you're not. And I was like, no guys, I'm serious. I wanted to, tell you guys so you knew. And I remember specifically Jason she was like, really? And everyone just came up to me like all at once and gave me like this big group hug. And it was, I think, a really special moment for me because it was awesome.
So when I think of memories of this year's 8th grade class, this is going to be just in my mind forever. But it was one day a few months ago, we were working on our research projects, and Cairo is writing about Chick-fil-A versus McDonald's. And we wanted to know, okay, what is in a McDonald's hamburger? So in the middle of class, we just decided, all right, let's call a McDonald's and let's speak to the manager and let's see what they have to say. So Cairo got on the phone And there's just all these kids laughing around him as he's having this conversation. And so it seemed like a prank call, but it was really legitimate. I mean, this was for research, right? And Cairo asked her, what is in your hamburger? And she said, we're 85% beef. And then Cairo got nervous and he hung up. And so we don't know what is in the other 15%. We may never know. But that just is such a great example of how much fun they are, and just how adventurous and brave they can be.
I would say the recess. The recess. Every time we would all get lunch, we would all sit out at the tables, just share stories, share talk. We would play basketball, right in front, throw the football around. Oh man, those times were the best because they were always so hyped. They always had so much energy. They always just kept going. And some of the eighth graders, they would talk to me like I'm literally like an older brother, and that's something that I really like. I really hold dear because I'm the youngest. So I've never been like an older brother, older person that someone could talk to. So being able to be that person that they can be like, hey, I have this going on. What do you think I should do? How do you think I should go about the situation? I think that bond with the eighth graders, that really helps. It's really cool.
The ways I would describe this 8th grade class would be fun, energetic, and gritty. They like to kind of get in the weeds of things and work through problems, which I like. I have lots of memories. One that always comes to mind that I'll never forget is when they were in 7th grade, we did the end of the year trip at Campaigns up on the mountain, and there was a lake and kids could kind of ride over on the rail into the lake. And some of them, because they'd never done it before, chose to wear their shoes. And so Jalen's Croc fell off in the lake. And of course I felt bad, her Croc's in the middle of the lake. So I felt big on myself, like I could swim to the middle of the lake and then back and get it. I did swim all the way to the middle and then got it, but about 2/3 of the way back I got tired and I was like, I am out of breath. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back. Thankfully, by the time I got there, the ground was low enough I could touch it and walk back, but it was a little moment of I think I did too much, but I think that kind of speaks to how much I care about this class and was willing to swim to the middle of the lake to get Jalen's Croc. One I've seen is a growth in leadership. I think in particular a lot of the kids that have played sports, so when we first started sports, they were in 5th grade, so they're really young and really small. Brianna, Audrey, Ava, Trayshawn, Cairo, Jaden, a lot of them, Davion in this class have played, Jayla, Jason, literally all of them. And so, they start off as in 5th grade or 6th grade and kind of timidness and trying to learn the sports to now where they're leaders on and off the field. It's so nice to see we have elementary here now and the ways that they interact with the elementary students and help them if they're lost or, play with them outside or kind of help show them what it's like to be a Hope student. So I think they're kind of setting the standard for what we want 8th graders to kind of be while they're our oldest class here for the younger students. And this class kind of being able to bring the Commissioner's Cup to school, first ever. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but at least will be something that they'll always remember is we were the first at our middle school to win the championship, which is nice. I like that so many of them have gotten to different high schools that we haven't had students get into before. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're better than someone in the past, but it's nice to have that kind of Audrey's the first to go to Weaver, or all the many high schools that a lot of them have gotten into. I think that's something to be very proud of.
I would call them resilient. I believe that their experience here could have been torn or could have been marred by the pandemic. It started when they were in 6th grade. And trying to adjust to all this, their school life, home life, their own personal safety and health. I think resilience is the one word I would say, because a lot of them are doing well now. Some of them are excelling. They are moving forward as they go into high school. And I really have to thank the Lord for that, that he's just pushed them along. So yeah, resiliency. Yeah. And so this one student, she was in 5th grade at the time. She came up to me and she was just like, Mr. Pittman, I have 2 sets of friends who are kind of trying to pull me from side to side. One wants me over here, one the other, and I don't know what to do. And I told her what to do. I was like, you tell them, guys, I'm friends with, both group sets of friends. Let's not do this. Don't have me, pick. And I thought that was so mature for her at the 5th grade, that she loved both groups of friends enough to be like, I need to seek counsel. I need to seek wisdom on how to handle this situation. And it always stuck with me. It's always stuck with me because, again, she gets it. She gets it, and if they can get it at 10 and 11, how much more are they going to get it, when they become adults? And I think that's what just, I guess, just gets me so excited when they can get it at these young ages, when they're not overcome by peer pressure, when they're saying, you know what, God has so much greater for me, and I can love, I can be kind, I can be patient, I can be long-suffering, I can, have joy. And so that just always excites me. When they were in 5th and 6th grade, or fifth grade primarily, I believe, they played on the basketball team. We had started sports, athletics, and I never forget Trayshawn Dennis. I never forget him hitting a game-winning basket. And it was just, everyone went crazy. It was so awesome. And fast forward 3 years, Trayshawn, outstanding athlete, outstanding student, and he was the athlete of the year. He did so many accolades throughout the year, and to see that at a young age of 5th grade, and now that mature into 8th grade, where not only is great on the field, on the court, but also that translates to the classroom as well. And so that is just another thing that to be excited about, that a lot of our kids, a lot of our student athletes excel on both the field and in the books as well. So that's always been great to see. This very athletic class, just in general, this current 8th grade class. Yeah.
Like, I genuinely enjoy being around all of them, individually, as a group. I just like being around them. My favorite memory of this current 8th grade class was a field trip that we took them on in 5th grade. And we took them to the aquarium for like an overnight where you sleep inside the aquarium with the fish. And the boys were doing a 24-hour stay awake challenge where they were just dead set that they were not going to go to sleep for the whole field trip. And then they did end up going to sleep. Mr. Pittman ended up posting up outside of the bathroom, which was really funny, so that they had to go to sleep. And then we also had this really silly rule that we didn't want the kids to get wet, but we were at the beach. So we were playing on the beach, and of course everyone got totally soaked, and in the water playing. And it was just really fun to watch them just play and build sandcastles. And I actually just found some pictures from that field trip a couple weeks ago, and it was really sweet, just remembering how little they were. But it's been really fun to watch them just mature, kind of into young adults, teenagers. One of the things that I appreciate about this 8th grade class is that all of the kids in their own unique way are really just reasonable kids. And so to watch them grow and form their own opinions about things and thoughts about things, and truly kind of come into themselves, who they are as people, has been really fun to watch.
It was the Christmas Showcase rehearsal day, and we came back from Hope, and everyone was outside and we were all playing. And I looked at Miss Maddie and I said, "Do you ever just look at Hope and think you're really successful?" And she was like, "Yeah." And we just both smiled, and we just looked out at everyone playing, and we all became a big friend group, and we all just learned to have fun with each other, and it was just all great. It was new connections and new friendships and bonds I never thought I would have.
I think how we've all gotten along this year. I feel like how we all kind of grew together and realized that these are probably going to be a few of our best memories here, and we're just going to look back and be happy all about it. There's a lot of freedom here. Other schools, they don't have recess, and right now we're in our recess, and I'm definitely gonna miss a lot of it and a lot of the freedom that we have here.
I like how all the teachers are very caring and will step in to help you.
A lot of my friends that I have now, we weren't really as cool, and I was like drama. I was one of them. I was definitely in a lot of drama last year, and when I got to 8th grade, I had to realize that I had to mature for myself for high school, and that was a great experience too. So yeah. Guys, I would have to say is definitely probably Coach Hubert or Ms. Hammond's class. They just like give us a lot of freedom and let us talk, even if you get your work done or don't. Like they just give you a lot of freedom in general. They make you feel like that classroom is their home in general. So like it's like awesome.
What I love about 8th grade is the little bonding opportunities that we get with each other over the course of like 4 years.
Pretty much, Hope has been it's like a very safe place, and it's just a great school in general. We're always doing something, and it's just there's something special about the school. I don't know exactly what it is, but mostly it's the teachers. They're helpful, they're funny, and I'm gonna miss being in 8th grade. I don't want to leave yet.
Being able to see my friends for one more year.
The way that it sets us up for our future since we're all going into high school, and seeing our friends for the last time.
My 8th grade year has been really exciting and fun. Kind of sad to leave everybody because we have so many memories. Probably the way like when there's a joke that somebody tells, just like looking around and everybody laughing at the same time, and just us enjoying each other's company while learning. I wish them the best, and that they made my life so crazy, but like in the good way. They made it enjoyable, and they showed me what like life was about. Like we've been through our ups and downs, but we've always been there for each other.
Probably the words of wisdom I would give is that things rarely work right the first time when you're doing a project or you're building something, and you should never give up. Basically you look at that as an opportunity to make an improvement, to figure out what's going on, and to make things better. And just the tenacity of working on a project and making progress toward finishing is just a goal that I would love everybody to have.
Never put your head down. Always keep it high. Always be willing to advocate for yourself and ask for help when you need it, and you know who you are, and don't back down from that. Continue to be the light that God's created you to be.
Some words of wisdom, especially for high school, is to just be yourself and be proud of who you are. Don't try to change for people or, be something other than what you are.
I would say definitely do not be afraid to try something new. Don't let someone else put you down for trying something that you want to try. If you want to do something, definitely do it, because it's your time, it's your decision, and ask people about it. Make sure it's the right decision, but definitely have your own. Don't let someone else put you down for something that you do, no matter what.
Live in whatever period that you're in. So it can be really easy to try and think ahead or look forward to things that are coming, and that's good, but also try to be present to whatever is going on. So as you're kind of wrapping up your 8th grade year, as you're enjoying your summer, as you're enjoying your freshman year, try to be present to where you are, because these are some of the most fun years of your life, and you want to enjoy them and not try and get too far ahead of yourself.
Words of wisdom for the 8th graders is just to continue to grow. In high school, I would say to let yourself try new things. There's so many new people, and you've been in a really maybe small class for maybe years and years, and there's going to be so many new people, and to let yourself explore all those different things, try new things that you've never tried, and not be afraid to branch out, because I guarantee you that there's someone at your new school who, and people at your new school who you will click and bond with. It just may take a little time, since they're going to be all new people.
As you guys go into these bigger schools, I think it's important that you stick with what you've learned in here in middle school, especially considering that you've learned a lot of Christian things, a lot of Bible things. It's easy to give that up ASAP as soon as you leave. So continue to be who you are.
Grade class, I would just say hold true to the wisdom, the seeds that have been planted here through Scripture, and that God is true, right? All truth from this earth is founded in Him, and you'll face many experiences in high school and beyond that will counter a lot of His teaching and His message, but at the end of the day, just go back to what is good, and all of that can be found in Scripture.
Always be yourself. High school is a time where you're real tempted to kind of follow what others do. It's usually a bunch of new friends, and you're figuring out who you are. But I'd say really just be true to who you are. Remember that God created you to be the beautiful child of God that you are. And so always remember that truth. Enjoy learning, enjoy high school. I often think, as 27-year-old adults, like, man, I thought it was hard in high school, but now it was a lot easier. And just enjoy it, Don't let the fears of college or the work kind of make you not enjoy your high school years. And so just enjoy it. And then also, don't forget us, come back and visit. We love hearing how good you're doing in high school and inviting us to your sporting events. Don't forget about us.
Congratulations, guys. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to hear how well you're doing in high school, because I know you guys are going to come back and visit us like all the alumni do. I'm so excited of what God is doing in your hearts and in your minds and in your goals and everything else. And all I would say to you is just to keep God first. Keep Him first, and He is going to just wow you.
Congratulations, 8th grade class. I am so proud of you. I've just sincerely liked being around you, not just as your teacher, but just as a person. You're just wonderful to be with, and please come back and visit. Chiron, you can teach about animals, and De'Aaron, you can teach about football. Caitlin can teach about fashion. There'll be a place for all of you in our classroom.
8th grade, congratulations. You guys have made it. I remember when you guys came into 5th grade. Now you guys are here in the 8th grade. It has been a pleasure. Please come back and see us, but enjoy this time, enjoy your summer, and do well in high school. Come back and see us.
You did it! Congratulations, guys!
Congrats, 8th grade. Y'all will be missed. But we know you guys are going to kill it in high school. Congrats.
Congratulations. I wish you the best in life, and I know that you're going to do good.
Congratulations, guys. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to hear how well you're doing in high school, because I know you guys are going to come back and visit us like all the alumni do. I'm so excited of what God is doing in your hearts and in your minds and in your goals and everything else. And all I would say to you is just to keep God first. Keep Him first, and He is going to just wow you.
Hey, Hope Academy. Come to this great school. We love Hope Academy.